What do you think? Another 30 seconds or should we hit it? Another 30
Let's hit
seconds.
it.
Okay, we'll hit it. I'm
Uh,
stealing your
How about
lines.
do wins of the week from a few people just in the meantime? Kick it off on a positive note.
Great idea. So, Rye, you re-say yours because there was a few people not on. So, fire away.
Of course. So I just firmed up on a deal which I thought was going to have home inspection problems, and she texted me, Ryan, the home inspection was not that good. I'm going to have to talk to you. Then she sent me an NOF, so I'm celebrating right now.
Amazing.
Jeff, how about a win?
Starting to actually get a lot of showings picking up on my listings, which were not getting anything. So I think that's the first thing to start coming before the sales start. So good to see.
Yep. After Easter weekends is traditionally when it really picks up. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we start to see more momentum in that direction. Nick, you got any wins? Jordan, you got any wins?
I know
Anybody
Jordan's
else
got a win. Share it out, Jordan.
I got all my stuff yesterday. I am now a realtor. Woohoo! Yeah, got my first lead yesterday too, given to me by Josh, and just grinding away at all the fun stuff.
That's great, man. Congratulations.
I think Paul got his taxes done. Are your taxes done, Paul?
No, not yet. Working on it. Getting there. I'm running around today, so nothing accomplished on that front today yet. But I'm working on it.
Oh, I like this version of Paul. He's all optimistic all the time, man. This guy's Mr. Positive. I love it. Okay, let's kick it off. These are meant to be very tactical. They're meant to be smaller groups, so we can actually be a little bit more intimate. And there's really two takeaways that you're going to get. I'm meant to speak for 15 minutes, and I really hold it to that line. So after 15 minutes, I'm going to shut up, and then we're going to see if there's open questions and answers. But today's coaching topic is going to be win the one. So how to dominate in a slower market. I did not say a bad market. I did not say this market is garbage. I am just admitting the fact that this is a slower moving market. Here's the positives. In a hot market, average agents survive. So by the way, everyone on this call is an agent surviving, which means that you are above average because average agents survive in a hot market. In a quiet market, only intentional agents win. So that basically, here's the question. Who here feels like deals are taking longer right now? You can throw up an emoji, you can comment. Everyone feel like the deal is taking a little bit longer than usual? We all agree? Okay, perfect. Because right now, here's the thing. You don't need more leads. You need to convert the ones already in front of you. And I'm going to actually dive into that today. Now, I'm not saying that there will be no leads. Of course, we're going to continue to pump the lead engine. But what I am saying is that in a slower moving market, you don't need more leads. You need to convert the ones that are right now in your sphere, right now in your funnel. Okay, so the big idea is to stop chasing volume and to start maximizing each opportunity. So in a hot market, you can afford to lose deals, right? Like we all lived through COVID, high volume. Some went through, some didn't, no big deal. There was another 10 buyers on that property the following day. In a slower moving market, every conversation matters. Every lead must be worked deeper. And we're going to get to this later in the presentation, but all I'm asking you to do is go one layer deeper. Okay. We're going to break that out in a minute. Okay. So most agents stop right here. The one more layer strategy is what I'm calling this presentation. And this is where I would say most agents stop. They show homes, they answer questions, and they follow up casually. And I'm even going to say this with a little tongue in cheek. Some agents show homes and answer questions. Some agents show homes and barely answer questions, but average agents show homes, answer questions, and follow up casually. Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now as a producing agent and a former high producing agent. I am someone that has fit into this category at seasons of my career. I have showed homes, I have answered questions, and I have followed up casually. I have also showed homes, answered questions, and not followed up casually. Here's what we're talking about today. The agents that will win in this market go one layer deeper. So here's the layer. The average agent, do you like the home? Okay, how many times have we heard ourselves say that? Do you like the home, Mr. Buyer? Do you like the home, Mrs. Buyer? Here's the layer 2. This is the top agent. See if you can hear the difference. How does this home compare to what you really want long-term? By the way, does it matter the words we use? Does it matter how we say things? Of course, right? You just ask your spouse, ask your children, the words we say to them are hugely impactful. The tongue can be very sharp. It can be very curt. It can be very loving. It can be very encouraging. The words we say matter. So again, I'm going to say these things to you twice. The average agent says, so, Mr. Buyer, do you like the home? So, Mrs. Buyer, do you like the home? The top agent says, how does this home compare to what you really want long-term? Do you guys see how the second layer, the deeper layer, opens up a whole can of worms in regards to moving the ball down the field? So this creates an emotional connection. See if you can hear the emotion. How does this home compare to what you really want long-term? It starts to make them think about their forever home, where they're going to raise their kids, where they're going to grow their marriage, where they're going to, retire. All of those things are connecting with them emotionally. Okay, another example. Layer 1. Are you still interested? Are you still interested in this home, Mr. Buyer? Are you still interested in this home, Mrs. Buyer? Layer 2. What's holding you back from moving forward right now? What's holding you back from moving forward right now? So obviously we know what we're doing here. What are we revealing? We're revealing objections. Okay, so and we already went through coaching on handling objections. We also went through coaching on digging deeper and identifying the objection. So now we're actually pulling them out. Okay, now one last example. Layer 1. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Okay, you know what? You get back to me and let me know what you think. How many times have you guys heard yourself say that? I've said that a lot. Okay, you get back to me. Let me know what you think. Layer 2. What would you need to happen for this to be a yes? Much deeper. What would you need to happen for this to be a yes? And Georgia, I don't know if you're able to, but maybe drop the layer 2 into the chat so people have them there. So I'll start over from the first. Layer 2 was, how does this home compare to what you really want long-term? And by the way, we have AI that will send you notes on this entire presentation. Second one was, what's holding you back from moving forward right now? Third one was, what would you need to happen for this to be a yes? This moves towards closing, by the way. Okay, let's talk about the reaction call. Basically, this is gold in quiet markets. So this is a slower market. This is not a bad market. This is not a garbage market. This is just a slower market. Try saying this. Hey, I was reviewing my notes and your situation came to mind. Quick question. Are you still open to making a move if the right opportunity came up? What do most agents say, by the way, when they're trying to re-engage? We say something like, are you still interested in buying this year? Are you still planning on buying something this year? So that's a layer 1 question. You are all top agents. We are all layer 2 top agents. Again, I'll say it. Hey, or maybe not hey. I was reviewing your notes. I was reviewing my notes and your situation came to mind. Quick question. Are you still open to making a move if the right opportunity came up? Pause. It's probably going to be a yes, by the way. If it's a no, then you have objections. You can identify the objection. You can handle. You can go move the ball down the field. If it's a yes, what would that opportunity look like for you right now? Are you still open to making a move if the right opportunity came up? Yes. Okay, what would that opportunity look like for you right now? If they're hesitant, you could say something like, totally fair. Has something changed, or are you just waiting for more certainty? So you're digging into where their mindset is at. This does 3 things. There's my third finger. It reopens dead leads, it surfaces motivation, and it positions you as a proactive but not pushy agent. Here's the new rule. No conversation ends without clarity. If you guys are note takers or ladies are note takers, please write this down. No conversation in your entire life, forget about just real estate. No conversation ends without clarity. So you're either booking the next step or you're uncovering why not. Let me relate that into your personal life. Honey, are you taking the kids to soccer or am I taking the kids to soccer? Like, we need to know, right? They can't be ambiguous. That needs to be a firm answer. Same is true for every single conversation you have. We have no conversations now that end without clarity. So in real estate, that looks like, okay, so what would the property look like that would allow you to offer on? What does your forever home look like? Or is this property closer to that house and what is missing? Full clarity. Be very, very bold and direct in real estate. You'll notice that most top agents, you ever notice that there's a side of them that can be deliberate, dare I say, curt, or polite way would be like assertive, I think is a very polite way of saying assertive. or Kurt, but they are very pointed in nature. The reason that they're pointed in nature is because they're getting what they want. They're very specific about what they want. If you go to a restaurant with a group of friends and you say to somebody, where do you guys want to go for dinner tonight? Majority of people say what? I'm actually going to get some feedback here. What do the majority of people say? Somebody with a mic off.
I'll have to check my schedule.
Okay, so
I
they
don't
push
know
off.
or they say like I don't know, what do you feel like they almost send it back to
Exactly.
you. Yeah.
Exactly. They'll almost always say, I don't care, whatever you feel like. I don't care where we go. I'm hungry wherever. And then what happens is you make a decision. This happens with our spouses a lot, or relationships we're in. And you make a decision and they're like, okay, well, let's go get Indian tonight. I don't know if I really felt like Indian, but okay. So either way, the person that was deliberate, the person that was concise, the person that was assertive, you could also say aggressive, Kurt, that person generally gets their way. And there's usually one person in every social sphere. There's one person on every, sports team that your kids are on. There's or one or two people, one or two parents, and they're literally driving down the ball down the field. So in this market, you don't need, I'm relating this back to real estate now, so sorry for digressing. But in this market, you don't need 100 people. Okay. Like the goal here is not to build this 100-person funnel. The goal is that you need to go deeper with the 10 you already have. And you're going to be doing that by by having no conversation ends without clarity. That's how you're going to do this. So every conversation you have, you're going to be deliberate, concise, curt, aggressive, assertive, whatever the words are that you like. You're going to get the answer that you're looking for, or you're going to drive the ball down the field in the direction that it needs to go. The agent who asks better questions wins the deal every single time. This has been my experience. Okay, here's your simple assignment. You can choose to accept these or you can totally brush them off. But I'm telling you, if you do these, and by the way, for those that have been on these calls, I'm not suggesting massive asks. These are not like, oh, I'm gonna be working for 10 hours today doing this. These are like things that can be done in the next 10 minutes and your assignment task is done. Okay, here's my suggestion. Call 5 old leads. 5 old leads. Ask one deeper question than usual. 5 old leads, one deeper question than usual. There's questions there in our notes, and the AI will send out those notes. Maybe Georgia dropped them in the chat already. Those are 3 good questions. So 5 old leads, one deeper question, and try to uncover one motivation or objection. If you have an objection, you know how to handle, identify, and move the ball down the field, go for the close. Or if there's motivation, you're moving in the direction you already want to go. So then you just continue down that road. Okay. Any questions or comments about what we've gone through?
I
It's
just
simple.
have to say, first of all, though, that these calls have actually changed my entire mindset. I don't know if you guys saw, but I was making content saying, "Oh my God, the market's so terrible. No sales over 800, no sales over 900." I've totally switched my thing to say the market's challenging for other people. It's great for me. I'm selling a ton of houses. I feel bad for those other people, but you better call us because I'm doing great. I just have
It's amazing, right? No, I'm so glad you're saying that because it's impactful. Everybody gets that, right? Like when we hear that, we get it. It's the question is who actually makes the shift? So like we can go through these coaching calls and when you hear it, you're like, I know that's right. I know that's right. I know what Ryan just said is 100% right. In fact, with less effort, this was so fascinating to me. With less effort and a mindset change, Ryan will sell and do more deals this year. Isn't that fascinating? So he could have worked twice as hard posting negative information online. And also you're in that headspace. So you are a bit more dejected or beat up or roughed up in the market. He could have worked twice as hard and made half as much. Now he's on the optimism shot and he just closed a deal today. He's going to post and brag about it. He's talking to you guys about it. I actually made a comment to him. We had a leadership meeting a couple days ago. And I said, right, I love this guy. I love this version of you. You're like Super Ryan. You should wear a cape around right now because everywhere he goes and everything he says, people gravitate towards him. Have you ever noticed, and I'm guilty of this, by the way, my natural default's negative. Unfortunately, I blame my parents. I'm just kidding. I don't blame them anymore. I used to blame my parents. Now I do not. But anyways, I would notice that when I was in a bad rut, I would actually have friends like call me less. My wife would like kind of like walk around the other side of the, the living room to get out the doors. Like, okay, I'm just gonna go this way. And when I'm optimistic, when I'm positive, everything flows into me. Everything comes in my way. Okay, so thanks for saying that, Ryan. Any other comments, questions, concerns, things we can go over here? I would love to hear one person go one layer deeper, or an example of a question that takes it one layer deeper. And then if somebody wants to post next coaching call, who actually called 5 old leads and tried this, I'd love to hear about it. Who's got a question that goes one layer deeper? Throw it out there for the group. You call an old lead, what do you say? Nick, what do you say?
Well, I mean, the first thing I'm going to ask a lead when I call it, my first service level one is, hey, talked a little while ago, just wanted to see, have your plans changed, or are you still looking in this area, blah, 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 blah. That's my surface level one. And then when they give me that answer, then I'm going to try to go deeper on that.
Nice. One that just popped into my mind was, who knows Sharon Srivatsa? Sharon Srivatsa was the president of Real, now sits on the board of advisories. Unbelievable guy, amazing coach, very, very, very brilliant mind. This guy will be a billionaire. And we had the advantage, or I would say advantage, but also benefit of having him as the president of Real Broker. So he would jump on a coaching call, and you know what he basically said was the number one golden thing to reach out to an old lead with? Do you guys know what it is? Ladies know what it is? My deal of the week. My deal of the week. And I think Ryan's done it. I don't know if any of you have done it, but he would literally just isolate one deal on the market that he felt was an unbelievable scoop. And he would just reach out to people and say, like, I just want to know, would you be interested if I sent you, I look through thousands of listings every week. I look through all the board stats. I isolate only one. I'm not going to overwhelm you with 10. Can I send you one deal that I think is an absolute scoop this week? And he said that the deals that would come out of that would go through the roof. So I'll leave you with those nuggets. This is meant to be short and impactful. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Otherwise, we're going to bounce. Steve's great line, 3, 2, 1, fun.